A ruler sits in the marsh, a crown on his head, not his by birth. The north is not given, it is taken. Welcome to Life or History, where pronouns don't mean dick. And yes, all characters are portrayed as ladies. We tried doing it the other way with men wearing women's clothes, but it wasn't as popular. Around 3100 BCE, at the very beginning of Egyptian history, a ruler named Narmer appears. Before pyramids, before gold masks, before the word pharaoh meant a living god, there was Narmer. A king at the edge of history, one of the earliest rulers of Upper Egypt, and the figure traditionally credited with uniting it with the north. What survives of him is not a tomb, or a body, or even a written story. What survives is an image. A crown, then another, then both at once. This is not just a story of a man. This is a story of how power was worn.
Welcome the king of the dance hall. Hello, meet body girl. Mirror the mirror. Catch it, don't give me no icky.
Egypt was not always one kingdom. It begins with the river. The Nile flows from south to north, from the highlands down into the delta. Along that flow, two lands take shape. To the south, Upper Egypt, a narrow river valley, controlled, centralized, old. To the north, Lower Egypt, a wide delta of marsh and channels, fragmented, difficult to hold. Each land forms along the same river, but not in the same way. Each develops its own symbols, its own rulers, its own identity. Kingship existed, authority existed, ritual existed, but unity did not. Narmer, the king of Upper Egypt, emerges at this boundary, at a moment of expansion. Not yet a divine king, but something new. A king who does not inherit a complete world, but creates one. The first crown is the white crown, the headjet. Tall, smooth, unadorned. It belongs to Upper Egypt, and right now, Narmer is its king. No gold, no jewels, no ornament, nothing to distract from its shape. It appears simple, but that simplicity is deliberate. No example of the crown survives. But based on early materials, it was likely made from reed, leather, or linen. Shaped, not forged. Lightweight, organic, constructed by hand. Later pharaohs would become famous for elaborate crowns, jeweled collars, and linen garments of astonishing sophistication.
Why did my descendants turn into a bunch of flashy gay pussies?
The headset does not protect. It does not decorate. It declares. Our best evidence for Narmer is the Narmer Palette, discovered in 1898 in Upper Egypt. It tells its story through symbolism rather than literal history. On the Narmer Palette, he is shown wearing it in the act that defines him, the smiting pose. Arm raised, enemy subdued, order imposed. This is not symbolic. It is rule. The king dominates chaos. The second crown is the red crown, the Deshret. Lower, extended, distinct. Where the headset rises, the Deshret spreads. A shape suited to the delta. Open, shifting, unstable. Not centralized, but expansive. At some point, Narmer moves north. Whether by campaign or consolidation, he takes the delta.
Going to the chapel and we're gonna get mad.
On the reverse of the palette, the crown has changed. The message has changed. Two beasts are pulled into submission. Their bodies twisted, bound, forced together. Here, Narmer is not just king. He is the binder. At some point, the two crowns are combined. The white, within the red. The double crown, the Shent. It does not appear on the palette, but everything leads to it. Two lands, two symbols, one ruler. This is not decoration. This is structure. For the first time, kingship becomes total. He is king of both. The crown is not enough. The body speaks too. Bare chest, no armor, nothing hidden. The kilt, control. The tail, dominance. Something older than the state. The beard is not real. It is attached, constructed. Kingship is not natural. It is performed. Later kings would be gods. Narmer was not.
So gay.
He stands before that idea exists. Not divine, but singular. He builds a system that will later call itself divine. Narmer's body is gone. His tomb, uncertain. His life, silent. But his image remains. A raised arm, a fallen enemy. A crown that changes. And then combines. From that image, Egypt learns what power looks like. And once it learns, it never forgets. If you like my content, subscribe. And if you like me, then like me. See you on the next one!